welcome to the What's Our Verdict podcast, where we fashion ourselves cinematic judging jury. My name is JJ Crowder. I'm here with my co-hosts, Mattson Heiner.
Back at it again. Better red than dead. Whoop!
Javier Ortiz.
What is up, my nerds?
Yes,
And Ian Anderson.
Some shit.
Excuse me, Mattson. You can't freaking take a 1 month hiatus and come back here.
A 1 month hiatus. I was off for a week getting myself. Getting myself right. I want our audience to know right now. You're wondering why are we recording live on a Thursday? Because Javier, aka I didn't watch this movie. Didn't watch this movie till today.
I was told it was a horror movie, and I told you guys I wasn't gonna watch it.
Actually, incorrect. I never said it was a horror movie. I reiterate that I said I apologize to Javier because it looks like it might be intense, and then you assumed that I said it was a horror movie.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I was led to believe that it was a horror movie.
Anyway, the question is, do you ever find yourself wondering if you take the time, spend the time, money, or both on a movie? Well, we're here to answer that question for you. Each week we put a movie on trial, discuss the facts, pass judgment, let you know our verdict. To check out our other episodes, if you're joining us on Facebook or Instagram, you can head to our website using the link in our bio. If you're on YouTube, the link's in the description down below. You can also listen to us wherever fine podcasts are found: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Ghana, just to name a few. And as always, it's completely free, so go check that out. Today we are reviewing Rebecca. The Netflix original was released on October 21st, 2020. It was written by Jane Goldman and Joe Shrapnel, directed by Ben Wheatley. It stars Lily James, Armie Hammer, Kristen Scott Thomas, Ann Dowd, Sam Riley, and Tom Goodman Hill. A young newlywed arrives at her husband's imposing family estate on a windswept English coast and finds herself battling the shadow of his first wife, Rebecca, whose legacy lives on in the house long after her death. So, spoiler-free, give nothing away. Mattson, since I know you're dying and it's your first time back, this is payback for being gone for a couple of recordings. You get to go first, sir.
Yeah, we typically have the guest speaker or guest host go first.
Let me just light my buddy Javier up one more time. There's been a few times when we've gotten a text at like 4:15 Mountain Standard Time, like, hey guys, I'm sorry. I really need to move this recording. I'm all ready to go, ready to do my thing, and then bam, it changes. You know what?
Yeah, but I don't cross state lines to avoid it. You know?
Anyways, you know what? Much love to Javier, but just had to get that out there. My fans that support the Redheaded Nation, I'm here for you. Anyways,
nation of
to send it out to my listeners. This movie to me was misleading because I, as well, due to Javier and JJ's banter back and forth, was suspecting this to be a thriller of some sort, maybe a teeny bit of horror. And to me, it was none of that. I thought this was a slow, I want to be rich, like chick flick turned. This movie's not for me. That's just, if you like the movies that I like, you will not like this movie. And I don't know if I have anything more to say than what else am I supposed to say, JJ? It has been a while.
Yeah, I know. So let me remind you, since you've been gone for so damn long, that we do have a 3-tiered rating scale.
Yeah, what's my rating scale again? I already know what this is. It's
first
skip it. Done.
Well, let me get it out there so that everybody can hear. The first one is worth it. And that means you should definitely check this movie out. No questions asked.
No.
Next is stream it, which means you don't have to watch it, but if you got nothing else to do, go ahead and take a peek. And finally, skip it, which means just don't watch this movie. So I'm assuming, Mattson, that you're a skip it here, right?
Yeah, like I'm gonna skip it. The female lead that plays in Cinderella, go watch Cinderella. She's great in that, and she wasn't bad in this movie. I didn't like where this movie went, how long it took, and the main character, the male, I love him in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Go watch him in that. The really interesting movie. But both of those movies are better than this movie. The rest of my case, thank you very much.
And there it is. All right, I'll go next. Look, did I love this movie? Absolutely not. Did I hate this movie? No, I didn't hate this movie either. It was just a mediocre movie, in my opinion. There were some good parts. The acting was good. Lily James is amazing. I love her in pretty much everything she's ever been in. Armie Hammer, he's either hit and miss with me. I did like him in Man from U.N.C.L.E., and I liked him in this. Okay, he was pretty intense, which was good, but I don't love him in everything that he does. But the one that does get me is Kristen Scott Thomas, the one that plays Danvers, Mrs. Danvers. she's amazing, and she played this part very well. So the acting was pretty good from the main three characters. The story was a little slow. I also suffer from the fact that I've read the book and watched the original version of this. It was an Alfred Hitchcock remake. So I knew what was going to happen more or less, so it was even longer for me. It does drag out. It's a little extended. Could use some clever editing to shorten it, but I wouldn't say it's not even remotely the worst movie we've ever watched. So I will give a watch or a stream it, but that's as good as it can get. And
could have used some Bill and Ted humor, that's for sure.
And make sure you're streaming it because you literally have nothing else to watch. So that's mine. Mattson or Javier, sorry, why don't you go, buddy?
I'm already being eclipsed by Mattson. He's been back for like 4 minutes.
I'm just happy you're not eating this week. So
the night is young, my friends. Okay, so the best compliment that I can give this movie is that I wanted to hate it more than I did.
It's a great compliment.
Like I think the acting like made it kind of a notch up. The acting is pretty cool. The estate that they're on, super cool. Like I thought that was so cool. That's about it. Those are all the compliments I got for it. It's slow, guys. It's one of those movies where I feel like it's 3 different movies. Where it's like, oh, it's a chick flick little like romantic movie, and then it was like, oh, it's like a drama, and then I was like, it's lost on me. Like it's like a murder mystery thing. I don't know. So anyway, they didn't. I don't know. I just felt like they didn't pick a lane. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna say skip it because even though the acting is good, like Mattson said, you can find that acting in other movies that are just better.
All right, Ian, bring us home, buddy.
You bet. I'd touch on some of the same points that everybody else has hit already. Acting was all right. Didn't know what it was. I'm gonna go with a stream it because I feel like it's one of those where it wasn't great, it wasn't terrible. So if you just want something new to put on, you can put this on and it might get you through, I don't know, 2 hours. So that's all I got.
And you don't have to pay attention because literally nothing happens until the last 20 minutes.
I mean, if you want to watch a short chick flick with your significant other, girlfriend for 30 minutes, you can do that too. This movie is that.
That's true.
And it started off as a strong chick flick, and I was very confused at the beginning. My wife, to her credit, watched and was very interested until she was worried that it was going to flip into this thriller that I told her was going to happen that never did.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So it's a good 30-minute short, the first 30 minutes, skip the middle, watch the last 25 minutes. The 2 ends, not bad.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We should re-edit this movie.
Hey, dude, there's a lot of movies that I'd like to re-edit. I'm not going to lie. One thing I would say, and this is just a side note, if you haven't seen the original one, if you can find it streaming, it's called Rebecca. It was back in the 60s, I think. I don't remember when it was released originally, but if you can find it, you should watch that because Hitchcock did things with cameras and shots and tension, and that, you know, no disrespect to Ben Wheatley, but he's just not Alfred Hitchcock. So it was a very different movie. There was also another big movie that we'll talk about in the deep dive. So if you want to hear about something that was very different in this version than Hitchcock's version because of a weird rule that Hollywood had, stick around or join us on our deep dive because I'll tell these guys all about it. But it's a very odd rule that they had. So it's very different. So
I'm sorry, JJ.
This is about.
No good movie was made until 1993. So,
oh my gosh, is this a freaking Jurassic Park reference?
Yes, Jurassic Park kicked off good movies, and then just watch any movie from 93 on. But anything before that, like, don't watch movies before Jurassic Park came out. What are you, insane? Come on, JJ. You have a responsibility.
Came after 93, right?
Okay, well, obviously it's not a perfect science. You know, it's more of an art, really.
Pretty sure Warrior came out after that one, and let's see.
Warrior's great. You're on your own on that one, remember?
Yeah, no, but it came out after 93.
Tomorrow definitely came after that one.
Yeah.
That's true. See, like I said, not a perfect science, but so not every movie that came after 93 is good, but every movie that came before 93 is bad. So
I don't know how we're still friends. I really just don't. I don't get it. All right. So this one definitely is not a go rush and see it movie. Stick around. I'm sure we're going to have some interesting conversation because the movie's not interesting, but there's some interesting parts we can talk about. But so the deep dive should be fun. So we
It
appreciate
does
you
have
joining
some
us.
Good moral decisions in this, I will say.
Yeah, great questions to ask yourself, right? Like, what would you do, or how would you react?
like, what do
So-
you do if your wife's a dick to you? I probably wouldn't do what he did.
Well,
Yeah, it brings up an interesting question. Sure.
Well, we're flirting dangerously with spoiler territory, Javier. So, on that note, we're going to go record our deep dive. Again, remember, Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. You can join us and listen to that full deep dive, hear what we have to say, hear about some weird Hollywood rules and what a man might do when his wife's a dick to him. So, we'll jump right in. We appreciate you joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye now.
Bye.